YouTube offline, Twitch offline.
They've caught us.
No politics, no thoughts.
Oh,
Chat in.
definitely politics with no thoughts.
Oh.
You know what we're going to do tonight? We're going to do something really revolutionary. We're going to talk about politics and claim to be revolutionary. And what we're going to do is validate everything from liberal politics and liberal academia. Let's go. We're just going to.
No one's done this yet, right?
Nobody has ever done this. It's going to be revo-fucking-lutionary. So, yeah, every liberal talking point, we're going to entirely validate it and then somehow say that's revo-fucking-lution.
So revolutionary. Yes, queen.
Yeah.
I'll be your hype. I'll be your hype.
Mhm. Give me a little diamond and silk.
Oh, you know it.
I actually do get a kick sometimes out of watching Diamond and Silk just because like the one lady, the lady who's paid to talk, and there's the lady who's paid to go. That's awesome.
Oh, they got one of those. I didn't know that.
That's Silk.
I've not-
Doesn't talk, so anyone just goes, mm-hmm.
I've watched
Yeah.
it once at the very beginning, and I was like, I would never need to see this fucking again.
Candace Owens needs a hype woman, is what she needs. She needs a hype.
Are they really just
yeah,
build down
like Farrakhan in the back, just like yeah. What she said.
That's an
still
Nah, she's too lazy for a hype, man. she's too greedy for a hype, man.
Nah.
You don't even have to pay the motherfucker. She'd just be like, nope.
Is
Empty out your pockets.
Is this the Kool-Aid man, but a gray-haired Mr. T?
Where? On the Twitch? On the Twitch, it's Kool-Aid Man is Karl Marx.
Oh,
He's
okay.
busting in on your capitalist bullshit.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Man, my followers are getting banned. Yeah, see? That's the mustache. He's got the beard. He's cool, so he's got the sunglasses.
God, they did a big mass ban of Maoist Twitter accounts recently, and I lost a lot of good mutuals.
Yeah. I noticed my follower count has been gently dwindling from 1980, and I'm like, a ton of my people must be in Twitter jail.
Yeah, I don't know. I try to stay out of it these days.
Yeah,
Load y'all.
No, I want to get bloodier. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start getting real aggressive on Twitter.
Oh, one viewer on Twitch. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now we got one. I'm hoping it's the one I want. Because I promised a special shout out to someone this evening at that would be at NorthStar717 for doing a more revolutionary thing than I have ever done in my lazy fucking life, which is join an org. She rocks, and you should all follow her. That's not a paid advert. I didn't get paid to say that. I did that on my own fucking volition.
Who is it?
NorthStar717 on the Twitters. One of my
North.
North. North. God, I hope I got her name right. I hope I got her handle right.
Yeah,
what?
I got it.
Yeah.
Batting up behind Onus Wagner.
What is it?
Yeah.
North.
The Ghost of Baseball Past. Yeah. No, that's a real ass comrade. We're in that. We're in. Not funny enough.
North
Funny
Market?
enough. No, North Star.
Wait, did she join Virginia CPUSA?
I don't know. I didn't ask. It's
that's what she said. Interesting.
Yeah. It was a don't ask, don't tell thing. Yeah, it's meat space versus Twitter. I was trying to be polite. Women in South Korea are mocking men's penises and fueling an anti-feminism movement. Let's go.
That's typical times.
There's a lot of North Stars.
Listen. Any man I know would be proud to be mocked for his penis size. You know, a twink tried to tell me mine was too big the other day. Got real fucking angry.
I don't. It opened the box on me. What is it doing? Why is it doing that? I just wanted the heart things.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Twitter?
I take it that was your twink tweets then. You were like kind of jabbing back.
Yeah. Well, so that was actually I saw sometimes I go on weird YouTube deep dives all day because I'm a Zoomer and YouTube is better than TV to me. And I ended up somehow on the side of book Twitter where a twink explains like a book that he has written and how bad it is, but he had this awful nasally voice. And I can't just tweet out twink, stop talking with your nose, because someone will say that that's ableist or whatever. But
yeah,
I was like, man, I fucking hate twinks, because when they do that voice, it really infuriates me. And I'm glad I found the only twink that doesn't do that voice to be my co-host.
You, I like. You're coming with me.
But they, but yeah, I mean, they'll tell you like, if they're a weak bottom, they'll say, yeah, there's such a thing as too large of a cock, but that's just not true.
Is this like other stuff where you just like everything?
Yeah. It's haters. It's false cynicism. You know what isn't, though? The Sons of Tree Air live stream and podcast, hosted by Dan Cohen, the man who's once a year forced to reconcile with the anniversary of his birth and the inevitability of his own death.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh yes, he did, and now he is contemplating his own authenticity as a human.
Tight.
Yeah. I'm joined tonight by Gangstacleese.
What up? What up? What up? Gangstacleese in the house.
Yes.
Gangstacleese is in the house.
And I
wondering what kind of fork do you eat the rich with? I mean, there's like 5 of them, right? Or 7 or something. I don't know which one. It'd have to be the big one, right?
Yeah, it's the big one.
Yeah.
It's called a pitchfork.
Yes.
A pitchfork. Yeah,
that's right. And
that's what your mom uses.
A butter scythe.
Yeah. I promise you now, I will interchangeably call Gangstacleese Eat the Rich and Gangstacleese because I knew him before.
In the before times.
In the before times. And we also have
Until I found out about that other group. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the permission. I do.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I give sometimes. I'm a giving person.
You are a giving person. And I'm joined tonight by my co-host on our Patreon-only content, Theorizing with a Jackass, Cenk Engels.
Is that? You said it was theorizing with Cenk, not Jackass.
I'm the
Did
Jackass.
you lie to me again?
No, I'm self-depreciating because I'm the Jackass.
Oh.
I even screen capped it for you to show you what I was calling it, and you all signed off on it. Literally. It was me going, hey, is this okay? And 5 of you going, yes. And then, of course, Jesus Venezuela fucking not doing anything.
Well, I mean, he's on a deep dive cover mission.
Well, yes, of course. He's involved with BISIS, the ISIS for bisexuals. And
I really should get in on that.
You should.
ISIS. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
wait a second. Oh, sorry. You're still doing the intro.
Yeah. Our intro's only 20 minutes. Like, Come Town ad is like a half an episode, and for us, the intro is.
Hype.
Yeah.
Why is Tariq charging $28.99 to watch buck breaking? That shit should be free.
I don't have an answer for that.
What buck breaking is?
I don't know what any of those words.
Yeah, that's all bad, buddy. That's all bad, buddy.
I don't.
That movie about how white people and their innate homosexuality made black people gay.
Yeah, I didn't know what the movie was. I knew what the practice was. I don't know. Still don't have an answer. Mark it.
I'm gonna put that right back on the floor that I picked it up from. I'm just gonna walk away from it. That's gonna be my best path forward. I think.
The movie, I like to watch them. Yeah, it's $29.49. I can't find.
And when you do that shit, I don't imagine you're gonna make very many friends. They might actually get arms against you.
More than likely. That sounds like I could piss somebody off. But yeah, I know somebody who can, and that would be our guest tonight, Cool Zone from the Cool Zone Pod.
Yeah, howdy. How are y'all?
Yeah. All right, good.
Oh, hype.
Intro's over. Now, anyway, here's why dividing everybody unilaterally and in all situations in a victim hierarchy is actually super revolutionary.
Oh my God, I'm already asleep.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you.
Yes, also, Queen.
We was Kangs is such bullshit.
I got the first yes queen of the night. You got it. You got to mark that down.
Yeah, I'm marking it. Don't you worry. That's one. I I always wanted to see the Hoteps watch Lion King and then just be like, "We was lions," just fucking get it's just fucking.
But I thought we was aliens.
Yeah.
Oh man, the only Hotep that was right was Sun Ra.
I don't know Sun Ra.
Yes,
I don't know if they count as Hoteps though.
Sun Ra was 100%.
We're using a very different definition because back then it was a whole lot of fuck you up.
Huh.
Yeah, true.
This is a cult we're talking about here. I mean, religion we're talking about here.
Wait, is there a religion that is Hoteps?
I mean, it depends on what your definition of religion is. I mean, cult like devotion, personality.
I thought Hotep was just a
It really comes down
sounding like a religion to me.
Believe.
I thought any black guy that was like, yeah, I got my pineal gland decalcified.
Well, there's different types of like again, like not everything is straight up vanilla. Like you get your Hoteps that like really just think they're Jews. You get
those are my favorite.
You get your back to Africa Hoteps. Those are interesting. Yeah, those are really interesting to see.
Yeah.
You know, build our own, get our own wealth under capitalism somehow.
It's working out for everybody else in the global south.
There's the straight up Q star Hoteps where they're just spitting out and you're just like, oh god, my head is spitting.
Those are the closest to correct though. If they're like white people. Rich, especially rich white people are all pedophiles who control the world. Like they're kind of the closest, aren't they?
Like yeah, but
like I had one approach me at work once, and it sucked.
I'm sorry.
This dude was like
that's the closest to a normal black boomer. Like in my experience with my own family, like that's basically what they're saying. Is like they blame all their problems on like mean white people.
Would Bill Cosby count as one?
Yeah, Bill Cosby's 100.
He's a type, right?
Yeah.
Just pull up your pants and
if you stop playing the rap music and you give the young ladies sleeping drugs, you can get ahead in life.
And you always comply with the police.
Yeah, the police are your friends. Zip zap zippity boop. Jello pops.
Jello pops and
his funny face makes so much more sense now though. It's like, you know what I mean? With that look with the tongue out. Like, yeah, he was just perfect. That's all he was doing.
Yeah.
He was like, he was just tweaking out, man.
He just wanted to peek. That's all. He just wanted to peek at it.
Laughing about just
touch it.
Pudding with his pudding pops. We know what you was doing, motherfucker.
Zip zap zippity boop. Right. Oh shit.
Put it in the pudding.
Yas, queen.
The old disco. Oh, you got the second one. Nice. Yeah. They're good. They're addictive.
They are addictive.
Can you imagine you get taken back to Bill Cosby's house after a shoot for like a nice pudding pop, relaxed by the pool?
So the liberals still like him?
Hours later.
2 days later you wake up. You're like every orifice I have is sore. This is mortifying.
The most fucked up thing about Bill Cosby is he 100% called his own penis a fucking pudding pop.
Everybody did. Certainly. It was in the 80s.
I'm too cool for that.
No, you're too young.
You too cool. You too cool to call your dick a pudding pop?
Yeah. No introduction, baby.
Zip zap zoobity boop.
It's like Prince. It's just an unpronounceable symbol.
My name is incomprehensible to the English language.
So
what the fuck is Lee Carter tweeting?
I know there's a parody account tweeting his Lee Carter about his divorce.
Mutual Jesus der Super Jew.
Hey, what if you put a paywall on your name?
You could do something fucked up.
Oh, fuck, man. No, I don't know. I just
country girls make do.
What are those sex worker swerves? Is that a thing now? Is that really a oh my
erasure
god.
Radical feminist, yeah. It's been a thing since Eileen Wuornos tried to kill Eileen Wuornos tried to kill that famous author who did the weird Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
Oh, Wernos went after him. Oh, that's a mess.
Wait, never mind. It's not Eileen Warnos. It's
No.
what's her face? The woman who tried to
Valerie.
kill her. Yeah, Valerie.
Was it the Scum Manifesto lady?
Yeah, that's scum.
You know how I learned that bit of history, by the way? American Horror Story.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I
did
knew
not know
I
that.
knew a little bit about that. The Scum Manifesto is a purely reactionary text, but like there's like a weird school that's like, hey, maybe we should like toy with the idea as a threat to get change. And I was like, well, I don't care for it, but all right, you do you, I suppose.
I looked at it was 100% just bizarre.
I'm not here to yuck others' yum.
Yeah.
But why Warhol?
Religious feminists have picked it up.
I mean, he was a piece of shit.
Andy Warhol was a terrible human being. I would.
Yeah, but I mean, out of all the, you know what I mean?
The reason
that was
why
a time with a lot of shitheads, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So the reason why was because she was more closely tied specifically to that piece of shit.
Oh, she
interacted with him, and therefore
Was she trying to fuck him and got rejected?
No, she was actually a very ugly woman. She made she wrote a film plot, and he supposedly stole it and turned it into porn. After she handed it to him, and he said that he had lost it, which knowing that the man was a terrible cokehead.
It's fucking Andy Warhol. Of course he did.
Yeah.
And so then she tries to kill him, but somehow she fucks up the easiest shooting in the world. And yeah,
she's got a shot on him. Complete miss.
it was like an XCOM moment where there's like 99% chance to hit, and she rolls the 1% chance.
That's horse shit. You know it. I had that shot.
Shit.
I was standing right next to him. How do you miss?
It's a shotgun, and you're right next to him.
I just banked the 20% cross map with a shotgun, got a critical, and dropped it. You're telling me I missed a 99? Fuck you.
Yeah,
Could you have shot anywhere else in the room?
Yeah.
Instead, you shot yourself in the foot.
But for some reason, the spread on my shotgun has a human-shaped hole in it.
I think you developed a case of plot armor.
All right, yeah, you're right. So like, yeah, okay. So the scum lady tries to kill Warhol after Warhol clearly fucked her over. That's just obvious.
I guess it wouldn't have been a story if he had died.
Yeah. No, it would have been a bigger story if he died. Oh boy.
Listen, everyone can be a bad person involved. It's okay.
I mean, he died, but
first modern connected like financier pedophile. He was like Epstein before Epstein.
That makes sense.
He was super Epstein.
Yeah.
The proto Epstein.
Well, if we listen to the
Epstein isn't half as cool as he is. Andy Warhol.
If we listen to Sage Jennifer Ham, aka Indigenous McSteely,
and by cool I mean weird.
Yeah, aka Zenny Jardin, right? Like there's a healthy tradition of rich heteronormatives who prey on children being gay. So I don't know.
She's
it's greater than zero.
Jardin was 50.
Yeah, I just found that out that she's like older than Rachel Maddow.
Rachel Maddow's old as fuck.
I think she's younger.
How old is Rachel Maddow?
Rachel Maddow.
48.
48. Yeah, she's older than Rachel Maddow.
Dang.
And she looks like the evil version of Rachel Maddow, or like the version of Rachel Maddow who tried out for Devo and got rejected.
No wonder they'd be doing that Russiagate shit. Them bitches is desperate.
Zenny Jardin used to look like a fucking clit. She don't look good.
Yeah, she's not a healthy person. There's something unhealthy about her existence, and it's represented in her like aesthetic.
The unhinged Epstein survivor who was on TrueAnon way back when, and who tweets like weird psychotic shit all the time.
Yeah,
that's Zenny Jardin. Same fucking person, I swear.
Yeah, it could be.
Fucking loons.
If you listen to Zenny, whenever like her new fake story, and from what little I've read of her writing, all of it's fake. She doesn't write anything true, right? So she's like, and it's not gonzo journalism where you're trying to capture like an emotion, you know what I mean? So like it doesn't really matter if it's true because you're trying to capture the literary emotion like Hunter S. Thompson. She just writes, she's just a lying guy, is all she is. Like Felix does that character on Chapo Trap House, but like she's living it. She makes Felix look like a freaking wuss, frankly. Because it's ballsy to be like, yeah, not only was I best friends with Epstein in 2019 and didn't know he was a rampant pedophile somehow, or worse, that I participated freely, right? Um, but then she's like also accusing them of being like rampant homosexuals, and she's just preying off of that classic LGBT people are just fucking pedophiles. And it was like, you could, like, if I found out that you were captured by ISIS, I'd be like, stand down, man. Stand down.
Yeah,
U.S.
we don't
Army,
need to get
stand
this one
down.
back.
We're gonna. Oh no, ISIS, you got us. Well, I guess you do what you gotta do. I'm okay with going on the record on that.
ISIS, we don't believe. We don't believe that you actually mean your threats. You got to show us that you intend to do something.
Prove it. 10 minutes with her alone. Swear to God, they'll be like, we're better off just letting her back in America. That'll do way more damage. That's like the most devious terrorist shit you could do. Is just I wouldn't be surprised if that was like if ISIS really leveled up, they'd just be like, let's just manufacture more Zenny Jardins. Like, we'll just unleash them on the American public. Just liberal bigotry run amok.
I'll be honest, I was on the right side of Gamergate back in the day when I was like 12 and it was happening.
Oh, you mean the part where it's like, fuck these female reporters? I got you.
Yeah, side of the gamers who came to stop having weird radical feminism in it. They were right all along. Listen, they were feminizing us, man. They were taking Call of Duty and they were making it lame with their little safety shit.
That's what I think of when I think of Call of Duty. Feminism.
No. Little ability markers on it, and they were like, "Ooh, don't play this if you got if you're gonna have a seizure if it flashes." Who they ruined them.
I think the issue here is that they just suck at doing stuff. They could do it right, but they just don't.
I just always thought it was funny that people who are basically there's a subsidiary industry for gaming that it's its own unique advertising block. I like how that like there's your sign that journalism in capitalism is a joke.
This is money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to writing school and we actually severely look down on journalists. It's very funny.
Yeah.
The only that I read are Hunter S. Thompson and other gonzos.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
I actually like a gonzo. It's very funny. It wins a lot of awards.
Well, like I said, gonzo journalism, the principle is to capture an emotion, a spirit. It's to capture the zeitgeist, not necessarily the actual sanguine facts. Whereas like journalism writing, you're supposed to present the sanguine facts, and like the part that nobody ever follows up with is, and then apply commentary. There's not supposed to be a separation between journalist and commentariat like there is. I mean, like, frankly, it's the only reason we survive, because otherwise we would just be dickhead philosophy bros. But there's not supposed to be a divide, and that's like the American media is just like, let's just pump out sanguine facts about what was said, and if we're gonna do facts, if we're not just gonna do lies. And then,
this party says that we want to do slightly fascist things, and this party says we want to kill all Mexicans crossing the border. I guess they both said the things that are important to them.
Yeah, they said them.
Equally important messages here.
Yeah.
And then you got him elected, and he did it anyway.
Yeah.
I have read fewer than 10 news articles in the past 2 years. And the secret is that I'm on Twitter, so I know what's going on. I just don't ever read past the headline.
Yeah.
And in fact, when I took 40 days off Twitter for Lent, it was actually very like I did not know what was going on in the world at all. It was very peaceful. I had no sense of the news. People would come up to me and they'd tell me something crazy. They'd be like, "Oh, there was a mass shooting in so and so day." And I was like, "Oh, really? Yeah, I have there was no way I could ever possibly know."
Yeah. I stopped watching a lot of news. I just casually look at headlines now and just walk, because like if it's anything to rile up the Twitter libs, I hear about it. I'll just hear about it and then I can comment. And like honestly, most of the times I'm right. It's not very hard. You just have to presume like You have to presume that the media will give you some version of the truth close enough to the truth that you can make a judgment call on, and then just presume whatever they said was an absolutely wrong fucking take.
Yeah. Like, look at this LA Times dick anti-feminism thing. I can tell you why there's anti-feminism in fucking occupied Korea. It's because it's a country that's been occupied for the past 400 goddamn years.
Yeah.
Straight, without relief. When the Japanese left, the French rolled in. When the French left, we rolled in. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do?
Yeah, they're having a real ass gender war though. Have you actually read like descriptions of what people are doing over there?
No, but it sounds fucking funny. What are they doing?
Oh, okay. So like, this is older now, so I'm not up to date on it. But like, it was probably about 2013. Basically, online, men started mimicking American men with their fucking rhetoric, right? So it was like no means yes, yes means anal kind of shit, and they were bombarding women like constantly on fucking like their version of social media. Women shot back with like all men should die. Then it blew up when a particular flashpoint, basically a businessman had been walking home who was part of this community, and he found a woman drunk on a bench, so he proceeded to rape her, and he just left her there. And when like the media was on it, like he just point blank told the media, you can't deny a cat his meal. So then these online women, yeah, it gets more spicy. These online women then decided like, okay, is that your attitude? So they started catfishing men, and then when they would get them baited, they would sleep with them, and then they would cut their dicks off.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's nice though. I like that a lot. I think that's hot.
Yeah, they're having a real ass gender war crisis because it's almost certainly in part because they're just being Americanized and they're not built to handle it. Like it's just a fact. Most cultures aren't built to handle Americanized bullshit and that produces like schizophrenia. And
It's-
like lo and behold,
It's hard to take 500 cc's of straight freedom.
yeah, that's what they're taking.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's methamphetamines in fucking American culture war and American fascism. And,
yeah, what did I say? Freedom?
Yes.
I think it'll be
Oh.
amusing to see how this plays.
That's basically the
as their
same thing.
population continues to plummet outside of the weird white people with odd shaped feet that keep moving there.
Yeah.
In
Well-
fact, the girl I grew up with is taking a gap year from college, not because she's dumb as shit, although it's mainly because of that, to go live in occupied Korea. She speaks no language other than English.
That'll be fine.
Is a K-pop stan. Just fucking like, I think she's all of 4'10" feet. I mean 4'10".
So she's tall in Korea.
Yeah, she's gonna be one of the giant women over there, so she'll get all the fetishists.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing that's happening socially because they'll be like Korean women are ugly, they're bitchy, they're uppity. You need to go get like they'll basically say like you need to go get a Southeast Asian woman, and women there shoot back with you need a white man because you actually need a penis, or you need a black man because you actually need a penis. Like
Classic. Dudes are on.
yeah,
I mean, to be fair though, America is really good at doing that. 'Cause, like I can tell you, man, a pog, you will never beat a pog for me. I cannot think of a single thing that could ever beat a pog. I should have said that, but America's just great.
Better than a pog?
Yeah, pog.
fat ass white girl.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but
The thing
you know,
that 2
there's
months ago
there's,
was canceled.
there's other girls.
Yeah,
There are.
there's a
but-
PUBG, sure.
Yeah, true.
It
I
doesn't
mean, if
roll, though.
that's what you want to do, then okay, sure. But
Or as I talked about
I-
at length, you could get yourself a nice 2008 P-shaped woman.
What?
The P-shaped woman. If
Before they asked in the late aughts.
yeah,
you
in the
mean
late aughts.
you mean like Violet from Willy Wonka?
What the fuck is this? This is Hank Hill shit, bro.
No, the P-shaped woman, giant chest, absolutely no ass. She looks like the letter P if you take off her head.
Hank fucking Hill, bro.
Yeah, that's the 2008 beauty standard.
Yeah, before they invented ass. That's what I said.
Exactly, it's before it evolved. Yeah,
Digivolve into champions.
yeah, preferably big.
Yes, queen.
Yeah, I'm working on another article that kind of talks about how we've evolved beauty standards coming out of heroin chic. And a lot of it right now is focusing on like language that I see in like my own age group, where we're like so women will post like a selfie on Instagram or whatever, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sexy," which is such an odd thing to say about yourself, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of the replies will be their friends be like, "Yes, queen, you are so hot. You are so, oh my God, this is so," and I'm like, man, nobody says that unless the bitch ugly. Like, I'm sorry. I hate to have this take, but
No, I've seen some pretty girls do that, you know,
yeah,
just for attention.
but you get different amounts of response. You don't get as much response if you're already pretty because it's a clear grab.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, guys are guys.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
I'm sitting over with Gangstacleese on this one.
Nah, if no,
pretty girl
I
would be like,
understand.
I'm so ugly, and then you'll look at it and be like,
No,
3 million likes. So you're like, what the fuck,
this
dude?
is different. This is them saying how sexy they are. This is them being quote unquote positive and uplifting.
Yes, they're being assertive, and they get a shit ton. The pretty women, they'll get about the same amount, but the reason they'll get it is because like 8,000 Indian dudes will just spam comments of boobs and vagine because they know, like they understand they're hot, and that's how they're getting up there. They're not getting compliments or like affirmations of it.
Machine.
Yeah, it'll just be bobs and vagine. Like, yeah, that's real. That is an older phenomena, but the newer phenomena is exactly that. Like, just somebody who's not conventionally attractive, we'll say, to a lot of people, will post that, and then that's the swarm, is just positivity. It's like a false positivity though, because like everybody knows it's a performance.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I understand that. That's it really expresses a lack of discomfort in your own aesthetic rather than any kind of like comfort. You know what I mean?
I mean, to me, I just wouldn't use social media in that way, but that's just me.
No, you're right. Yeah.
I'm only on it because I have to advertise for this goddamn show that I do. So.
Yeah. I kind of belong on Twitter. I'm part of the generation that actually properly ruined the internet.
Yeah.
So like Twitter is the hellhole I belong on.
Well, you know, I was a pretty big Redditor back in the day. I was a moderator on our Chapo Trap House, among other things.
I'm sorry, rookie. Y'all thought you were hot shit. I remember when you like I remember when you measured the internet and the amount of N-words that were thrown around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember the glory days. Like I'm an old man. Like the Redditors like think they're edgelords, but ultimately like y'all just got abstract as fuck, and you're like picture of a cat and then misspell like stork. Like that's where you're
That's
at.
funny. That's funny.
Yeah. No, it's not funny. It's abstract. It's so so insanely abstract.
Where'd you start off then? Did you start off on like
Me, I started on the madefromgoats.com forums.
Oh fuck you.
Yeah, a really tiny ass website where like some of the jokes involved like explaining how to properly
Made from goats.
skull fuck. Yeah.
I think I remember that
You
actually.
don't. That's that Dragon Ball Z humor site I was telling you guys about, and you just looked at me like I was insane, and then cut me off before I got to talk about the skull fucking.
Obscure shit, yeah.
What is the name of it?
Madefromgoats.com. Put it in the Internet Wayback Machine.
Yeah, you're gonna. It was technically a Dragon Ball Z humor site, but it was other shit.
Yeah.
It sounds like vaguely familiar.
It was amazing. Like
you have to go back as far as like 2000s to get it.
Yeah, 03 I know it'll come up.
Okay, I was around for the hair for the tail end of fuck, what was it, man? It was the one before Reddit that's still around. It costs money and the owner's a pedophile.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Goons. The Goons that's what the user base is called. Goons. Goon Island.
Yeah. You around for the tail end of that?
I was around for the tail end of Something Awful.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Something. And see, I was there. Like, I was visiting that one like way earlier. Like, yeah, we were the heralds of the end. We were the four. My generation was collectively the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
And in some ways, you guys have actually come along to repair the internet.
In that we like use forums in the right way. There's this weird in-betweener, like 20 somethings to 30 somethings are butthurt. I don't know why they're that way, but
Oh, well, because we're the generation that we're the first generation of hopelessness.
I guess. I mean the people that are like that invented.
I mean, are we the
polyamory and shit.
first?
Like those people are freaks.
Which ones?
Polyamory types.
What, like Danskin and shit like that, or like the hardcore ones?
The fuck is Danskin?
Ian Danskin, the one who does the alt-right playbook, among other stuff. Hardcore
Guy,
identitarian.
polyamory guy?
Yeah, Danskin's polyamorous.
Yeah, you know I know because he's uglier than a motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that type.
Yeah, they're I think
Like
Danskin,
the Voshes of the world. Deeply, deeply diseased minds.
yeah, he's Vouch is that's clinical. If that's not
That's
on purpose,
clinical.
that's clinical.
It's not just a cop, it's clinical, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's one or the other. You're either there literally to just hamper any left efforts, or you're clinical. I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one's better, frankly.
I think it's funny if you're clinical. Like Joshua for Congress, I think was clinical. I don't think he was malicious, but I did say that the subreddit shouldn't have supported him. We should have probably banned him.
Yeah.
I think we did ban him after he lost.
Yeah, fair enough. Now the polyamorous people, they've always like back in the day it used to just like what can I remember? I can remember the concept of open marriage from like being a young guy, and that was like the code word for polyamorous then. But like I I don't know. I'm a Marxist, so I'm like I don't know. I don't know about that. That's not
Engels was very clear on the origins of family.
yeah.
What we should think about.
Yeah, it's not a bag for me.
Yeah, I think it's disgusting. Either have no one or have someone. Don't be out here.
Well, I sometimes I attribute it to like the fact that like because it's different than what polygamy, or what's the other one, poly.
What?
There,
Polygamy is one person, many partners.
yeah.
Polyamorous is quote unquote many partners, but it doesn't ever play out that way.
No, but what I'm talking about is there's polygamy, and then there's the version of it where a wife has many husbands, which is rare but possible. I forgot the term for it. It's another word, poly. It's another poly X word, but like, yeah, polyamory is I just want to be boyfriend and girlfriend until I'm dead, and I want to do that with everybody rather than like settle down.
It's polyandry.
Polyandry, thank you. Yeah, I forgot the fucking term.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why does this? No, this is a weird question. Why the fuck does the Honey Boo Boo spinoff show keep trending now? Like they're paying a lot of money to trend on Twitter, and nobody's watching it because the show has 9,000 followers on Twitter.
Honestly, spectacle.
Yeah, I mean, I might would watch it if it was on a normal channel just to see what was going. Same with horrors.
Nah, the one I want to watch, I got turned on to Indian Matchmaker. No, it's crazy.
Those people all go to hell. I don't know why, but they do.
Well, if you're participating in Indian Matchmaker, probably because like it
heinous.
Well, it is. It's human slavery functionally. It's absolutely like a fucking meat market. Like there is no difference. You are literally shopping for human beings on that show.
Rock. Who here among us? Let he who's willing cast first stone on the idea of that.
Hang on. Who am I throwing stones at? Here we go.
Yeah. Who hasn't thought about buying?
I got a brick and soup for my family.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy? Did you see that guy who tried to like turn that into a media career guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking failure. Oh shit.
Where is he now? That was so quick.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the one-hit wonder.
Poor guy. Dante Wright. Oh no, that's just the name of the guy he was out there to protest for. Yeah, I have no clue who that guy is.
Holy shit, we got up to 5 live viewers. What's wrong with people?
On Twitch?
Yeah, no, 3 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube, 1 on Facebook.
Proud of him. I was on the Twitch, but I had to close it because it was slowing down my PC.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. I could have dealt with it, but just to like scroll around real quick on the internet, because I think my niece is probably playing the Fortnite again, and when she plays that, she likes to be on the FaceTime, and she likes to have something played on YouTube because she's whatever that next generation after Zoomer is, probably dead.
Yeah.
And my parents are watching some on Amazon, so.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we have really great Wi-Fi. It's like couple gigs up, couple gigs down. It's just like when everyone's doing shit, it's gone. Yeah. I have like 80 tabs, so.
Nah, no doubt. It'll fuck it up. Yeah, shit. I don't know. I've just been mulling shit over. Oh, I fucking yeah, I told you guys off screen. So one of our co-hosts who will not be named, like, I always have a beef. I have a beef with people. Like, I don't actually. This will sound weird. I don't have a beef with reformists as much as you think, because there's like the fact that the government has autonomous killbot drones really does put a hamper in revolutionary activity. But I do have a major beef with people who like who are like, well, we can have the revolution, but we can basically have it by yelping capitalism away. And then we can just get all the cool revolutionary things, but also keep everything we have with absolutely zero risk. And that, that's been my like my pet peeve for probably a while, because I find that to be the most like hampering to solidarity is just sloth.
Quick, guys, let's revolution.
Yeah, let's like okay, and then like if I'm gonna be, you know what, fuck it, it's my birthday. I'm gonna be depressing for a minute and angry and a dick. This is why I'm not an anarchist, because modern classic anarchism was like, okay, I'm gonna lone wolf terrorist strike this capitalist. That's pretty ballsy. May not be the most efficient way to do things, but it's fucking ballsy. And fucking modern anarchism is I'm gonna jack off in my room and I expect healthcare.
I mean,
sorry, I'm watching Jeffrey Toobin come back on TV.
Nope.
I heard 2 separate sentences there, and I agree with both of them.
Do you?
I mean,
do we need to
things
go
are
to HR?
Okay.
Do you?
I mean, is it really that new?
You going to HR? Hell no. I get to drag your ass in there once a day at this point.
There you go.
Yeah.
HR is a racket.
What's that?
HR is a racket.
HR is a hell. I'm HR, thank you.
Wait, no, are you really in HR?
On this show, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like as an employment. I was like, that's funny. But no, HR as an actual job is fucked up.
Yeah, it's slave marketeering, so yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're not mad at the company, are you? You're a family here. Look, we brought in thin crust cheese pizza month. That should be great. You should be happy. Fuck you.
Well, I'm here to tell you the good news is that you can't sue us because the company said you can't.
Yeah.
I
We
am.
would. Heard
I
if
yeah. So good luck with your back injury. It's not our fault. Then I get it.
we
You're.
reviewed
Yeah.
the video, and that was your fault when you slipped.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild that the company determined that it wasn't their fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that
Some
strange?
corporate unions have you use the same lawyer as the company. Seen that many times. Many such.
The only time that's a reasonable expectation is if somebody's suing the company and they're blaming you specifically, but that's because the company's tied in. They're already paying for the lawyer, so you kind of have the investment. And they're really invested in winning that because that's just the company trying to win. That's the only time that you should be like, yeah, my company and I share a lawyer. Otherwise, no. Because frankly, if it's going to be legal fees, make them pay them.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Your ass got money. You got money to pay me and that lawyer, so fucking do it.
Fucking got their asses.
Fucking got their asses. But yeah, no, I'm just tired of the sloth. That's why, like, I am. I'm gonna give another shout out. I'm gonna give it three. That's 3 shout outs for the price of 1. Nobody else does that. But no, North Star there fucking got their ass outside and fucking did something. Whereas like the popular liberal and fucking frankly anarchist sentiment is like if I just sit here and jack off and just let capitalism be capitalism, it'll happen. It's accelerationism without your willingness to put the foot down on the gas. At the very least, an accelerationist is like, well, if I take the libertarian stances on everything policy-wise and push for that, then what'll happen is clearly people will get so mad they'll revolt, and then I'll get socialism. Because once there's a revolt, I can go out and do revolutionary things. It's also dumb, but at least it involves trying to do something. I think what they're trying to do is terrible, but will to power and whatnot. I don't have it. I'm slothful. I'm just willing to admit it. You know what I mean? I'm at least willing to confess my sins. But these people are like very, if I don't challenge power in any way and I agree with their narrative on everything and I wait around long enough, the revolution will just happen because I'll be a good enough boy. And that is the most pathetic fucking backwards ass thinking I have ever heard. I can tell you how the libertarians revolted. I can tell you how the monarchists overcame things. And I gotta tell you, they're right. You gotta do something. You're gonna have to get off your ass. You're gonna have to go take something for yourself. That's how, you know what though? Those are all the same people who are super pissed at AOC instead of being like, all right, AOC's better than the rest of these clowns, but she's still obviously a bourgeoisie politician. No realism to it. Every one of them, every fucking time. If I yell at the pretty girl who won't come to my birthday party, she'll show up. And she'll bring a
I just gotta
cool gift.
pull on her pigtails just the right hardness.
Yeah. If I verbally abuse the pretty girl, eventually she'll come to my birthday party and give me a hand job. I'm sorry, buddy. That's just not going to happen. You're going to actually have to you're going to have to accept that the pretty girl's not showing up and move on.
Or at least make some active changes in your own life so that you make yourself more interesting to the pretty girl if that's something you really want.
Well, yeah, but then you have to get more bougie.
It worked great for me.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I just changed who I was, got what I wanted, moved on. I don't see why. That's my one. Listen. My first ever job type thing was consulting for a very famous A-push teacher who shall not be named, who's a rabid neocon. And the one thing that I learned from that is that, you know what? Actually, there's nothing wrong with doing what it takes to get ahead, and fuck you.
Learn to be bloody.
Yeah, like why not? Everyone else are you gonna be the one guy that's not, and that's gonna be what leaves you behind? Fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know how much I sign off on that, but I will sign off on the idea that action produces results, not laziness.
Amen.
I will sign off on that 100% because that's true. That's a universal truth. That's fucking you know what too? This is what else pisses me off. These assholes can send you fucking training manuals on the most pedantic fucking bullshit in an argument to try to win, but these motherfuckers somehow don't understand the basic law of fucking physics that that an object acted upon will fucking go in motion and shit. Like, and I know I didn't say that right, but what the fuck ever. The point is I still understand it. If you fucking want something to move, you're going to have to move it. Shit don't move on its own. You need to transfer fucking kinetic energy and transform the potential energy into fucking new kinetic energy.
All right, now in slightly less political news, 2 black students in a high school in Mississippi, quote unquote, one valedictorian and salutatorian, but that was based on weighted GPA. And so based on unweighted GPA, 2 different students should have won. Those other 2 students happen to be white. I have strong thoughts on this, and no one will, and I can't tweet them. Well, I tried to tweet them, and it's not getting traction.
What's your thoughts? Hit me.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
As a guy who just graduated high school, I shouldn't have said
that. As a legal adult.
Yeah, I've been a legal adult since, I don't know, the beginning of senior year, because I'm not born in a pussy year. But fuck. But I mean, to me, you shouldn't be calculating valedictorian and salutatorian off of weighted GPA. Weighted GPA is not accepted at any college. It's worthless. It means nothing. It leads to grade inflation, and it's only used in the shithole South because we are all stupider than horse shit. If we use weighted GPA at my pre-art school, high school, I would have been valedictorian because I took like 10 AP classes in sophomore year, which I shouldn't have been able to do, right? And I got a B in basically all of them, and I basically got like a 2 or a 3 on every exam because I don't care about grades. I just took the classes because it looked cool to me. And that mindset should not be rewarded with a valedictorian. I'm not the kind of person that you want to make your valedictorian. I'm not the kind of person that you want to give a speech. So me looking at it, I say, no, fuck them. They shouldn't have taken. They should have gotten A's in those courses if they're going to be Billy Badass and take them. A. And B, there's like the article frames this as a surprise. But there's no way in hell that it's a surprise because everyone in a school basically knows who is ranked where.
Yeah.
Do they?
Even if the school doesn't publish it on the wall like it's the 1980s anymore, I can look around a room and tell you who's at the top of the goddamn room. And I can do that across a high school of 1,200, 1,600, 2,000 fucking kids. Because at the end of the day, at a school like mine that offered, basically all 20 APs that you can offer in my state, there were only like 40 of us that were taking all those courses. So who the fuck, I knew who the top of those classes were, and I knew who the top of the school was at all times. And that was like a highly competitive year of a highly competitive public high school.
Yeah.
For me, they knew, and they're being pricks about it. Because, I mean, I don't know. The other thing is you've also already long since been accepted to college and gotten your money. Your money's not going to change based on this. So this is just a pissing contest for you yourself. Granted, I'm very anti-nerd, and I piss on people who forget about grades. So
I'm so sorry. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I fit the traditional definition of nerd. Well, no, I completely fit the traditional definition of nerd. It means it's Jew. It means Jew. Okay. Yeah, that's the nerd culture that we experience. It stems from a way to weed out my people from higher learning.
Well, you got to understand, I was a nerd. That's the joke. I was like the weird, nerdy kid who was just popular, I guess, because I was funny and black. But
that helps.
Yeah, that does help a lot. And actually, I think that all nerds should figure out how to be funny and black. But
all Jews should, yes.
Jews are black, and they should just be funny.
Jews should just be black.
But I couldn't care about grades. I can't do competition, so I just don't care about it. Basically, it's how I reason it in my mind. But
I get that. I'm still.
For me, it's like For me, it's like I know the type of person who would be a valedictorian, and they're just not good people. That having been said, I go to a top 20 college because I really wanted to, and because I'm poor enough that they pay me to go wherever I go.
That's right. Use it.
And you've got to understand that I actually am an oddly prestigious. I care an odd amount about the prestige of something like college. So I've thought a lot about this exact scenario long before I read this fucking godforsaken article.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't, I have a suspicion that the reporting on it is like making it a very much blacks versus white issue instead of the real issue, which is weighted GPA versus GPA, which is just solely a policy one that's unfucking interesting. Am I about right?
Yeah, pretty much. And we're also
Yeah.
talking about, like, respectfully, a shithole city in fucking rural ass Mississippi.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
7,000 people live here. It's less than a dot on the map. If it fell off the map tomorrow, no one would remember. And it's
Must be a ghost town.
Small town shit that New York Times should be publishing because it's funny as hell.
That's not bad. Ah, fuck. I don't know. What are we at? 56? We gotta kill a few more minutes. I'll feel good.
I'm actually curious where the fuck West Point. Oh, it's literally the city of West Point, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What a
yeah.
terrible name for his town.
Yes. All town names are terrible.
11,000. So my tiny southern hometown is slightly bigger than West Point.
You know what else is revolutionary?
What's that?
Taxes.
I like taxes. I don't pay them though. City's been working on the road outside my house for like over a week now. They don't deserve my taxes.
No discipline.
Juxtapositioning.
Fucking top off of it. They laid their dirt and they laid their gravel, and then they didn't do nothing with it. So every time I try to leave my house, I got to drive through a dust cloud. Okay, got to wash every car basically as soon as they're done and pray none of them got scratched from the 18-wheeler. It's got to go to the plant down the road. I mean, it's fucking obscene. I don't know why it's taking so long.
No discipline.
No discipline. Amen. They started working on it on a week where they knew it would rain every day of the week. So they can't lay tar because it's going to get rained on and ruin the tar.
No, I can tell you why. I can't tell you on the show for legal reasons, but I can tell you what's going on there. I have strong feelings on that.
You should tell me. I hate city. I mean, I love city. I want to work in policy, but I want to teach it because I'm not stupid. Anyway, so Point, Mississippi has 37% white, 61% black. Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know about West Point, Mississippi.
Pretty much.
A lot of rich people. Oh, did you guys all saw the you guys and gals, excuse my language. You all saw fucking who was it? Ellie Kemper was like did you see the Ellie Kemper discourse on Twitter?
Everyone knew about that from TrueAnon.
Yeah.
I heard about this. I'm not like, who gives a shit?
I don't think it means
apparently anything. A bunch of libs, but you know.
Libs and shit revolutionaries gave a big shit about it. Like the one okay. The woman did an entire the first time she got her own show, right? She makes a show about a woman who escapes a backwards ass cult and has to unlearn all the creepy culty shit she was taught.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't based on anything that she experienced in her real life.
So, like, if that doesn't tell you enough about how she feels about it, like, I'm sorry, you're a piece of shit. This is one of those birthright damnation things that I just, like, I can't get on board with.
Yeah, that's my same issue with a lot of, like, a lot of people's issue with a few figures on the left, funnily, is their birthright, when, like, we wouldn't have any left magazine scene today if it wasn't for one, I think he was He was one of the the large New York family heirs, and I think he was a Vanderbilt heir who was a communist in like the 60s.
Yeah.
Who, funnily enough, fucked Marilyn Monroe at the same time Bobby Kennedy was fucking Marilyn Monroe.
Badass.
Huh?
Badass.
Yeah, badass. Lived in Mexico City and kept her letters after she died, which is part of how we know broadly that the Kennedys killed Marilyn fucking Monroe.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely they did. But yeah, that's something about it. Like, that's a feature. Now, that's obviously a feature of cancel culture, because the point is, you know this shit about people and you conveniently ignore it until you decide they should be persona non grata, right? So in Kemper's case, I have no doubt in my mind she pissed off her parents again, and then they were like, "Oh, by the way, she's a KKK queen." I have no doubt in my mind that happened. Like, zero. Or she pissed off a family friend. Probably she wouldn't sleep with him or some creepy shit. Good on her. And they just pull. They're like, "Oh, good, we'll just pull out your KKK photos and do this." And it's not even like she was a child, right?
Yeah, she was a kid. She was 19.
Yeah, she's 19. And in our society, if you're 42, you can be groomed, right? So the same people who would make an unironic assertion that a 25-year-old has no agency to deal with a 35-year-old in sexual activity or like anything like that, these are the same people who are like, she is a KKK monster. Like, the fuck is, like, fuck liberals. I'm sorry. No. I must redact that. Fuck liberals. I'm not sorry.
And
Fuck
it's
'em.
also, it's like, I mean, this is gonna be a terrible take, but like we're also talking about a group that's not even the literal KKK. It's like the regional St. Louis wealthy landowner society, essentially.
Yeah.
Which 3 people live in St. Louis. 2 of them are probably members, and the other one's just some guy. Like, what the fuck do
Yeah.
I care? It's the same as like a high society shit. Like, anyone that's upset about this should also be upset that like the New York Times still has a marriage page where like wealthy old families who the Stuyvesants send in their fucking like wedding invitations to the New York Times. They'll publish it. Like, that's the same shit.
Far more evidence of ingrained white supremacy too, frankly, because the fucking, as True and uncovered, that shit down in St. Louis now is like shit that those people now look down on instead of joining. Like, it's abandoned. It's just it's a regional curio. Yeah, it's not good.
Which is typical of these sorts of societies, as we learned in The Simpsons.
Yeah. Yeah, very much.
The Simpsons is tension. It's right more than it's wrong.
Yes, they're right. They're wrong a lot more now because they've really gone into lib shit. But when they, do you remember this on The Simpsons when like Lisa loses a competition, so she writes to the president of the United States, and by the end of the episode, Clinton shows up and reverses the outcome, and Marge is like, "You shouldn't just be able to complain and get your own way." And how does she phrase it? She's like, that teaches Lisa a terrible lesson. And Clinton just looks at her and goes, "I'm a terrible president." And I was like, that was spot on. Like, everyone's like, that was really mean of them. And I'm like, but they're right. The truth hurts. If you're really invested in the lie, the truth is going to be painful.
What do you know? Oh my fucking god. Oh, now that does change just a hair of context in our story. Not actually, really. So, do you know Sara Lee Foods, like the Walmart brand bread?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that family is from West Point, Mississippi.
No shit.
Yeah, but they've been dead a long fucking time, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
We're gonna avoid stating, but there's a fairly famous celebrity from that's Dan and my's local area, and the regular bit here being that he felt like it was a fucking backwards shithole and very rarely came here.
Yeah.
After leaving.
I'll out it. I'll out it happily.
It's best if we don't.
They know where I live, man.
It's just best.
I've live tweeted
Keep
about
rolling
how,
with it.
I've live tweeted about home PA before. They know where I live.
Well, we're in the ballpark.
Yeah.
My the person who got me into social sciences, I guess, grew up and went to the same high school somehow as Bob Dylan and Malcolm Gladwell.
Jesus Christ.
At the same time, they were all there.
Ugh.
Said both of them were fucking weirdos. I was like, duh.
Yeah.
I am one
hang
of
out and pull the wings off of flies and eat them.
I am the only writer who will ever say this, but Bob Dylan earned his fucking Pulitzer for poetry back then, and I'm actually very glad that he got one. I disagree with his politics, but I love Bob Dylan's music. No American artist will ever or has ever had more bangers than Bob Dylan.
I don't care for Dylan's music.
That's fine. I don't care. He had the most bangers.
Malcolm Gladwell. Oh yeah.
What?
I forgot. I kind of forgot who Malcolm Gladwell was.
He's this weird neocon guy who's a fucking freak. And they love to pull, like, libs have especially love to pull him out. I've listened to every episode of all of his podcasts just to understand the mind of, like, the dad. Like, my godfather's a huge Malcolm Gladwell friend. Of, like, the dad who thinks he can, like, fix the world or something in his mind. Like, control freak white guys love Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah. Yes. That is an awkward little human being.
Yeah, he looks weird as fuck, too. I think we're the same race, but he might be a quarter where I'm half.
Fareham, Hampshire, England. Let's see.
I think, and I can say this because I'm mixed, I think he's a quadroon. I don't know.
A what?
I think he's like a quarter black.
Let's see. Revealed that one of Gladwell's maternal ancestors was a Jamaican free woman of color, mixed black and white, who was a slave owner. Oh boy. His
classic Jamaica.
Yeah. Was of Igbo ethnicity from West Africa.
Yeah, it's probably his grandma, to be honest. He's very old.
His great-great-great-grandmother.
Well, then why? Oh, he's a little dark for that to be his great-great-great-grandma.
You don't look that dark.
If you seen him, you would think he was.
In person?
Yeah, in person he's darker.
Because in the photos, God, he is a white dude with black hair. No, I can kind of see it. All right.
He keeps that tan, like that's him at his lightest in like the winter.
Yeah.
He didn't grow up in England. He grew up in Canada.
Yeah. Born in England, grew up in Canada. There's your first warning sign.
Pedophile.
Yep.
Yeah, he's on the flight logs as well.
Oh, is he? That makes perfect sense. Yeah. No, that makes absolutely perfect sense. I gotta look. Can you look at the flight logs? Can you find those?
Yeah, they're just online.
Oh shit! I gotta look at all who was on those flight logs so I know who to.
Yeah, it's like the French pedophile list. You can just Control F any name.
Epstein. Flight logs, document cloud. Oh shit! There's the actual logs. Hold on. I gotta look this up before we go. Name of everyone who flew on Jeffrey Epstein's planes. No, National Post, not what I wanted. Teigen. Is that Christy Teigen? Okay, you know what? I don't know why I use Google. You know who's going to tell me? DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo is sus. I only use Google. I grew up on Google. Google's good to me.
You know what? Google never gives me the results I want when DuckDuckGo just gives me exactly what I want. They're not paying me, by the way. I'm not going to get these names if I don't fucking...
I'm all about Google.
I Google a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong, but where are the fucking logs?
Alabama is following South Carolina. My state got the death by gun squad back, shooting squad back recently, and now Alabama is doing gas chamber again. They're bringing that back. I'm very upset.
Thank God. I was worried.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want them to die slow, you know. I wanted them to die like men and where they could choose which way, but also they would be miserable so that the family could watch and feel closure. Because, of course, the only way you're ever going to feel closure in the South is if you watch the murderer die, because the cops ain't going to do shit for you. So.
Wait, is this actually the list here? No. Oh shit. Here it is.
If you see Clinton, it's the list.
Yeah, that's who I'm looking for verify. Bill Clinton, William J. Clinton.
Billiam.
William.
I swear I did not have sex on Jeffrey's Island. Please, Hillary, put that knife away. Now, if you didn't know, he's been senile since like 2015.
Yeah, most definitely. He's not doing well.
Yeah, he probably got syphilis.
No, it could just be old white man syndrome. That's what my grandfather died of.
Is he that old?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
Bill Clinton. Hold on. Let me look at what year he was born.
He can't be. Yeah, he's only 70. Oh, he's 74. Yeah, he's gone.
He's
can
not
run,
that much.
But he can't run forever.
Yeah.
He's a goner.
Yeah.
Poor feller.
And when you spend that much time doing nothing but drinking, smoking cigars, and raping children, it does catch up to you.
He was the third youngest president. Now the youngest president was and remains
JFK.
JFK, the best president. I mean, not the best, my favorite president. Now here's the question: who do you think the best president was? Not on like a weird tangent, just straight up. Who was the best president?
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Lincoln because Marx liked him.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean,
fuck me.
Who are you gonna say? Who are you gonna say?
Yeah.
Gangstacleese, who's your pick?
Cool.
FDR?
Cool.
Question mark?
FDR was bad to black people, but that's cool. I like him.
I mean, you point at a president that wasn't bad to black people.
True.
Yeah. You'll be pointing at empty space.
I tell you, best president, and I tell you my favorite president are two different people. Best president was Nixon. He was very American.
Hold on. Now, if we're playing the game of most American president, I got to go with my big wet boy.
I meant best as in like best at being president, not as in like best person, like best at the job.
I know exactly what you're saying. Oh, it's Trump. Trump was the ideal American president. Yeah. Oh, there's the Dersh. Yep, this is the list.
Or in my case, Nixon. But my favorite's JFK. I love JFK.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't help it. I would have voted JFK every time. I would, if I ever vote president again, and it's not for like a guy who's literally not Huey Long. Fuck. It's for a guy who's not a fucking chairman of the Black Panther Party. It's gonna be for just writing in JFK.
Best president was the one who used to break tubs with his fucking fat ass when he was when they were made out of concrete and steel.
Taft. I'm a huge president. I know all of them.
Yeah, no, that is my favorite on that. As far as most American, Trump. He ripping away the contradictions. This is what the thing is, a living embodiment. When they worship him as a god, I can see why, because he became America at that point. And they could finally put a body to the fucking god they've had in their heads. That's it. That's the disgusting thing that it all is. Yeah, no, in that regard, hands down Trump. Nixon, number 2. He was pretty close.
Good man. I don't think Nixon ever did anything wrong. I think Watergate was very justified.
He didn't do the theft, though.
Yeah, he didn't do it, so I don't know why he got in trouble for it. I think it was very silly.
He got in trouble because he erased those tapes. That's the real reason. You're not allowed to do that.
That's right. I mean, if Hillary can erase her emails, he can erase those tapes.
Yes, I agree. What do you want me to say? I agree with you, but that was the justification.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they would have done it to him, because he was like, you find me a guy who was more like would have. You know what though? I think he didn't like the CIA. Wasn't that his bit? He didn't care for the CIA. He wanted to consolidate power in a different formation, and they didn't like that.
You know who started that actually was JFK. A month before JFK died, he released 2 fucking bills that were going to basically liquidate the CIA and remove their leadership and replace it with him and the unitary executive. And that fucking pissed them off because he had also just fired what's his face? I've had too much to drink to remember all this shit. Fuck. I'm supposed to remember this guy. It's the one CIA head everyone knows who it is.
Oh shit.
One of the brothers.
God damn it. I'm blanking too. I never remember these freaks' names.
Pulling it up.
CIA head.
Directors of CIA intelligence. There it is. Dulles. He fires Dulles because Dulles fucks up Bay of Pigs because Dulles wanted Bay of Pigs and he couldn't do it and he knew he couldn't do it and so he gets fired. And so and in part of that, the CIA basically sets up his death. If you don't believe me, you can go back and look. And there is discussion from the Secret Service of on the same trail of like city visits that he was doing on like that campaign rally thing trail that he's doing there. He was supposed to go to Chicago. Well, he doesn't go to Chicago and he doesn't go there and he doesn't do a parade there because they get a call from a guy named Lee telling him, hey, don't show up here. They're going to try to fucking kill you. And the guy who answers the phone to receive that phone call was the only black Secret Service agent and the first black Secret Service agent who had been hired because he was just a black guy who came up to JFK and told him he was a big fan and told him he was glad for all that JFK had done for him. And JFK hired him, and the guy got ridiculed by every other member of the Secret Service. And if he hadn't directly taken that warning up to JFK's office and told JFK, then they still would have gone forth with that parade in Chicago. Furthermore, there were people's ID found at the quote-unquote site where Lee Harvey Oswald was supposedly shooting from that weren't Lee Harvey Oswald's ID, that they've never released whose fucking ID it was.
Well, my money is still on Poppy.
I think Poppy killed. I think there were at least 3 shooters, if you want my honest take.
I believe that.
And maybe one of them was at the book repository, but I doubt it. I truly think that there were 3 shooters just in pretty random fucking places that and they just chose Lee to be a fucking patsy. Yeah. I know as a fact Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill that man.
No, that is the only thing we do know. Lee Harvey Oswald did not pull any of those triggers. I'd believe 3. Two I believe, 3 I believe. I don't know the number. I believe Poppy was one of them, and I actually believe Ted Cruz's dad was one of them.
What? That's a funny bit. I haven't heard that one.
No, I'm not fucking with you because like we all know the CIA loves to pick up a good Cuban refugee, quote unquote, and they basically weed them out on the basis of like, are you gonna bang some rich Cuban guy in Florida, or are you like kind of servile enough and angry at Castro that we can get you to do things as a CIA? And Cruz Senior there was like, yeah, I'm all gung ho for it. Please, I would love to kill me some communists. So like. He was an easy sell because he wanted it so damn badly. So when they gave him the training and everything, he when did he work with them CIA fuckers? Yeah, hold on, let me look this up.
There's no person I hate more than a Cuban exile, except maybe a Taiwanese guy.
A Taiwanese nationalist.
Just a Taiwanese guy in general. I just wouldn't be born there if it was me. I would choose to be born elsewhere.
You
want to win every time. Be really poor minority in America. Like that's a really great win. If you're clever and you can play some system.
This is why. Win. Okay, this is why. He graduated from the University of Texas in August 1957. So he was down in the area, right? He was down in the area at the time. That's when he enrolled in 90. He applied and got accepted in 57. He graduated in 61. Now he says he was working. If you follow his Wikipedia page, he was working as a dishwasher, and his ass magically ended up between. With no. By the way, look at it because there's no explanation of the time frame, right? Even though he was heavily involved in the groups that like got Ronald Reagan elected. There's no explanation of the time frame, but basically his ass was in Texas when that shooting happened, and he was eager to shoot him some commies or some anti-Americans. And he was CIA motherfucking trained. They won't tell you that on the Wikipedia page, but yeah. And then, funny enough, their asses they went west to California just in time for the Zodiac killings. I think the man's a serial killer. If you want my honest opinion, I think he's a cold-blooded serial killer.
Classic.
Yeah. Like I really do. There's a far better source than me because mine comes off as purely conspiratorial. But I think Truanon did something on him, or a couple other people. That
You would love Michael Douglas. He would make you happy.
I think so. But his ass, because that's the other thing, right? The other thing is if you look at when the Zodiac killings occurred, number one, Rafael Cruz was in the area. Okay. He's in California at the time. Number two, you have to have a man who looks like Ted Cruz who would be age appropriate. Okay? You have to have a man old enough who's physically capable of performing a killing. Like in 1968, a 39-year-old man would be very capable of doing so. Okay? And if you look at Mr. Ted Cruz there, he was born in 1970. There's no possible way he could have been the serial killer. Raphael Jr. could not be that serial killer. But his old man, who looks like him, has the training to be a professional killer that cannot be caught by conventional means, and lives in the goddamn area where the killings are.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
now I also do think part of serial killer phenomena is just terrible policing in America.
I think it's CIA. I think it's CIA people.
I mean, that's a lot of it because you see that in the Netherlands, or was it No, it might have been Belgium with the weird Operation Gladio group.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think he was. That's a good explanation. I don't need to dig in on, but
Yeah. No, I'm convinced. I'm convinced he's one or the other, possibly both. Bobby Kennedy has JFK's brain, or had JFK's brain. Yeah, I had heard that before. Sorry, my wife was like, "Do you know that this brain was stolen or taken?"
Yeah. They took JFK's brain. We don't have it no more.
Yeah.
We also haven't really seen his full autopsy properly. You know whose autopsy we will see soon? Is Lennon's.
Really?
Yeah, Lennon's autopsy is getting released pretty soon, before 2025, I think.
I'm betting syphilis.
No, if you want my honest theory on what happened to Lennon, is that Trotsky poisoned him. I don't know what Trotsky did to him, but Trotsky fucking killed Lennon.
You think?
Yeah, and even if that's not the case, Russia's gonna say some shit along that line. I could just tell you right now.
That sounds about right.
Because of all the people that would do it, it would be Trotsky. Furthermore, Stalin's fucking replacement should have been Molotov or one of the other old Bolsheviks. And I am literally writing a novel about the hauntological imprint that is left on us, and what would have happened if Khrushchev had been purged. It is literally Great Man Theory. I'm doing like 3 novels under Great Man Theory. It's that one. Then the second one that I'm also kind of finishing up plotting for is if JP the First hadn't been killed. Pope John Paul I was the first pope to ever add a number to his own name. I mean, when he was the first one, you know.
Yeah.
And he was assassinated after like a month. Quote unquote, he died of I think they say he died of a heart attack, but he was assassinated after like a month or two because he said he was going to reform Vatican Bank. And then I'm doing another one about Sandinistas. All based on Great Man Theory. All based on like, what if this one motherfucker had something slightly different happen to him?
Somebody was unsuccessful.
Yeah, they're kind of fun. People like them so far, so we'll see.
Yeah, badass. All right, it's 11:41. You definitely got your money's worth tonight, America. So, we love you. Sleep tight.
Thanks again.
Don't die. That would be bad.
That would be bad.
That would be very bad. I was Dan. I was joined by Gangstacleese, who's probably not there. Cenk.
Howdy.
Technical difficulties. I'm here.
Technical
difficulties.
Peace out, guys.
Testicle
Peace out,
difficulties.
guys.
You had testicle difficulties.
Yeah, it's dropped in my zipper.
Yeah, the whole sack. And our special guest, Cool Sound, a Cool Sound pod.
Woo woo. Glad to be here. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm still sick with a cold.
You're good. You sounded lovely. Wonderful.
Great.
Better than me. I'm sounding angry. All right. Good night.